What's up, everybody? This is James from the Beehive Organic Salon in Hillsdale, New Jersey, co-founder of the Salon movement, here with my partner in crime, Kurtis, over at Design House in Canada. What's up, Kurtis?
Hey guys, how's it going? It sounds like it's a pretty noisy environment over there. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're also on today with my hair assistant, and show him the badge, Ange. Also, my press assistant for the day.
I don't know when that happened, where I became the assistant, but I'm just going with it.
That's great. That's great. So if you haven't heard from the title of the call today, we're live from the International Beauty Show here at the Jacob Javits Center in New York City. It's a pretty crazy show, pretty noisy. So sorry for if anybody picks up anything in the background here. But once again, this is episode 5 of the Movement of Sustainable Salons. If you haven't bought it, the other ones, please check out our website, thesalonmovement.com. Anybody that's on the call right now, if you have any technical issues, seems like everything's pretty good compared to last week, right? But you can go to thesalonmovement.com/live, and at least you can catch the live call, or you can look up any of our other resources and recordings there. As per the usual, just a quick thing, I want to introduce my friend Tim O'Connor. Tim is with us from Hikari Shears. He's our local distributor here. Obviously, tools of the trade, scissors can't be much more important than anything in the hair industry. But just to give you guys a quick overview of Lab, so I think if I'm right, Kurtis, right, the opposite. Down there you have the mute button, so if you're like me and you're at a beauty show and you need to mute something out, or if my buddy Tim here decides to go on a rant, I have to mute him. I'll do that there. On the opposite side there, you see those little hands. Those are the pop-ups buttons, so if anyone says something that you absolutely love, you can give us 2 hands up there and check in. But definitely welcome to the show. Kurtis, why don't you give everybody the usual and tell them a little bit about the Salon movement and where they can find us. Yeah, I can't. Can you hear me, Kurtis? I can't. Can you hear us? Yeah, I'm not picking up your mic. See if anybody can hear everything going on. This is the best part of it.
Hey. All right, here we go. I must have hit a setting on my mic here, so that's good. That's fine. I get to do it again. So the Salon movement, we're just a grassroots movement of salon owners and stylists. And we launched in Los Angeles in January at the Worldwide Hair Tour. And we're not business experts. We're not putting ourselves out that way. What we are is just stylists and salon owners that are getting together and just talking about best practices, sustainability, keeping stylists in your chair. We're giving a little bit of our opinions, and we're featuring amazing guests like Tim here from Hikari Shears.
Thank you. So I guess in the theme, as we said, the tools of the trade, Tim and I always, we had joked about the fact that, I feel like scissors are one of the most important things that a stylist can use. But Angela, why don't you give them a little bit about your Hikari background and why you love the shear so much?
I got first of all, Tim, you jinxed me the other day when you left and told Mikkel not to cut herself. Yeah, I got a boo-boo right after that. Thanks. Anyway, I got my first pair of Hikari shears about 18 years ago, and I still use those shears today. And I have other Hikari shears as well. Those are my faves. I also, my first week of using my Hikari shears, got 10 stitches. So if that's a testament to the to the sharpness and the quality of the shear, yeah. But they're my favorites. I recommend my younger staff, whenever they use my shears, they're tainted because they can't go back to their other scissors because there's just no comparison. So I feel like, even for them cutting mannequin heads, I often watch them cutting with, shears that are not up to par, and they can't learn correctly even with those shears. And so I lend them my shears so that they can feel the difference between a quality tool and that, you can't do a good haircut without a good pair of scissors. So
I agree.
Bottom line.
So Tim, what do you think though in terms of tools overall? I feel like you're at the beauty show, so you can walk around and there's 10 booths of inferior products overall to some degree, especially when it comes to scissors. What would you tell a newer stylist starting out in terms of, I know budget will always play a little bit into what they're looking to do, but they've already graduated beauty school, they're done using the plastic fake mannequin hair to cut. What would your suggestion be in terms of what their next investment? If you guys remember last week, we talked about expense versus investment, but in terms of the investment of a good pair of shoes.
As you said correctly, it certainly is an investment. It's an investment in your career. It's not an expense by any means. You want to invest in a quality shear, as was spoken about a moment ago, that's going to last you 15, 20, 25 years plus. So once again, over time, if you run those numbers, it's not that expensive, but it is a investment in your craft. And I would recommend a Kari or any other high-end Japanese shear for that purpose by itself.
Yeah, let me ask you, the scissor sharpening always becomes a question of the timing. How often should someone be sharpening their shears?
You can't even answer that because if you cut 15 heads a day, I cut 5 heads a day. If you cut bigger sections of hair, it really depends on how you use the scissors or, unfortunately, misuse the scissors. But if you take care of your scissors, they should go between a year and a half, maybe even 2 years between sharpening. And always send them back to the manufacturer.
I have to say, when you send them back to Hikari, the good thing about that is they send you a sheet that sort of gives you a report on how you've treated your shears and what's wrong with what you're doing. So that's really helpful to a newer stylist because a lot of times they're putting too much pressure on the thumb. They're not oiling them. There's a whole bunch of different things that could be happening. So I think that's really helpful as opposed to your scissor guy coming in and just, taking anybody's tools. I would definitely recommend you send them back to manufacturer and have them do it for sure.
That's great. Any other advice for younger stylists out there, man, in terms of the investment in a good pair of shears? Anything you'd want to tell them?
Make sure you oil the shears once a week and treat them like gold as they are.
Yeah. Do you think that when they're more expensive shears, just like anything else, when you buy a really good expensive pair of shoes, you tend to treat them better than the cheap ones? You think that happens as well?
You would hope that because expense-wise, they are $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $2,000. You want to obviously take care of the investment you made, and they'll last your lifetime.
That's great, man. That's great.
So that's an interesting point because I didn't actually know that it's recommended for the shears to go back to the manufacturer. I know that we have local people that end up doing it for us. But what are some of the pitfalls for that, Tim? Just so that we can educate everybody out there.
Yeah, because you have the fly-by-night guys that pull up in their truck and say, "I'll sharpen your scissor." They come back 10 minutes later, they ruin the scissor, and they say, "Oh, the scissor was bad to begin with. It wasn't bad." You get these fly-by-night guys that will literally ruin your scissor, and then you'll never see them again. As stated, always send your shear back out to whatever manufacturer the scissor was made by.
That's great. That's a great point.
Yeah, so while they're sharpening the chef's knives down the block, they're also stopping off at the salons.
That's true. That's really true. That's terrible. You wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah, that's really interesting. And I think that is it that the different steel as well, that it's there is a certain type of sharpening that's different for every shear just due to the type of steel that it is?
No question, certainly. And once again, to an example, Hikari knows how to sharpen their shear like no one else. That's why you always want to send it back to the manufacturer. They'll do the best job.
Awesome. Well, and it's also, when we're talking about sustainability and stuff like that for the salons, one major one is sustainability for the stylists and their health. And, I imagine that, cutting with a dull shear or a shear that's not well maintained can also, that repetitive stress action can create, multiple injuries too if you're not being careful with that.
Certainly.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's good. It's good. Well, I want to say thanks to Tim. I know he's got to get back to his booth at the show.
Hey,
Tim, it was great to see you.
Thank you again.
Always good to see
you.
Thank you. Thank you, buddy. All right.
Thanks, Tim.
You.
That was Tim O'Connor from Hikari. Definitely awesome to see him. And I feel like some of the things that he said, I didn't even know. And I feel like, I know Kurtis is a know-it-all, but no, it was interesting, right? To send them always back to the manufacturer. So now I feel bad. These guys come in and they say, "Hey, we're going to sharpen your shears."
Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. They are ruining thousands of dollars worth of shears. And Hikari makes it really easy. They send you an envelope. They send you a little care package thing to put it in. It's super simple. No big deal. Done.
And is that just in the? I wonder, does it go back to Japan, or is it?
No, when I send mine out, they go to California. I know that, so they must have a facility there that deals with that.
I wonder if there's any issue.
It only takes about 5 days to get your shears back as well. It's not a really long period of time that you're without a pair of shears. So.
Oh, look who's.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey. How's it going?
It's great. How are you guys doing?
Really good.
So if you guys haven't seen before, obviously Green Circle has been a big part of these calls with us. This is Amy. Amy, why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Amy.
Hi, Amy.
Hi, and I'm the director for Green Circle Salons for sales in the U.S. That's what I do for Green Circle.
It's a beautiful thing. So Green Circle obviously has been making a huge presence at a lot of the beauty shows. If everyone remembers the last time when we had talked about the Worldwide Hair Tour, the Worldwide Hair Tour for Davin is out in LA was the first time a hair show was 100% recycled, which was pretty exciting. They've been making huge leaps and bounds ever since then. I feel like every time I open up a salon trade, I feel like there's a story about Green Circle and about the great work that they do. Obviously, that's one of the cornerstones of the movement is, the true environmental, sustainable aspect of it. But why don't you tell us a little bit about today's show, the International Beauty Show?
Yeah, we're actually here making the event sustainable. So all of the model prepping that's going on, we arrived early so that we were able to take away all of the foils, color tubes, and aerosol cans. We've taken away a ton of excess color. So rather than have them pitch that in the trash, we're actually collecting that material as well, and a ton of hair as well. So we'll be able to take that material away and recycle that. So it's a great opportunity for us to educate people, educate different artists and salons and stuff like that on what Green Circle Salons is doing and how obviously it works with the salon. But on a grander scale, in events like this, they're able to be zero waste if the right systems are put in place to be able to do that.
That's awesome, Amy. And so have you had a lot of people coming into the booth and a lot of salons interested in what you're doing?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think from top to bottom, there's always an opportunity to educate, no matter what that is. If people haven't heard of us or they have heard of us and they just don't know the details. So we've had a ton of foot traffic that way and a lot of opportunity to talk about what Green Circle Salons is and what it looks like for a salon to be part of the project.
Cool. And
I think that's huge. I worked at a salon for many, many years, and not to out them, but we just put everything in a big black garbage bag, in a big, huge garbage can, and we had a dumpster outside, and nobody ever thought about any of it. The only time the owner cared was if there was too much color being used, but nothing about the plastic, nothing about the foils, nothing about the hair. So I think it's just ignorance, and it's just about educating, because once people know it, it's just like the sheer thing. It's a no-brainer. Why wouldn't you want to participate in something like that?
And that's the key, right? For us, it's no matter what transpires during the conversation, that person's going to walk away with a different thought about what happens to that hair when it goes into a trash bag, or the metals, or the color byproduct. And so they'll never look at throwing that material away the same again. So we've affected them in some way or another, and that's the key. That's how the movement starts. That's how the movement pushes forward. And everybody has their time and place, and it has to fit. It has to work that way. And once it does, the salons that come on board with us, like you just said, it's a no-brainer. It just makes sense.
Hi, Chantelle. Hi, you guys. How's it going? Good.
I always love when people call in from. I always love when people call in from the car, because I always wonder, are they driving at the time or not? I think it's probably the last thing you'd ever want to do is be driving and doing blab. Yeah. But I know you're at West Coast Beauty in Burnaby.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm
nice.
Don't drive in blab.
Definitely not driving that in
It is for sure.
Yeah. So so go ahead, Chantelle.
Sorry. Yeah, thanks. Sorry I'm coming in late, everybody. I'm just taking a front desk superstar training right now with Tanya at West Coast Beauty. I'm a great educator, a fantastic speaker. So we've got probably a room full of 40 or 50 people. So a lot of really great, successful salons from all over BC. So luckily they went on break at 10:15, so I scooted out here and it gave me a chance to connect with you guys. I'll maybe have about 15 minutes or so, and don't want to make you repeat what you guys have already chatted about because I know I haven't been filled in, but happy that I can make it on.
Yeah, well, we had Tim from Hikari Shears on originally, and we were just talking about scissors and different things about scissors, and now we've got Amy from Green Circle Salons, and we're just talking about recycling the IBS show, and that the booth has been really active. So how many people are at the show? Do you guys know any of the stats on that? Or
I have no idea. It's crazy.
It is pretty crazy.
There's lines everywhere.
Try going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
That's how you could always gauge the show is the lines of the ladies' room.
So
see how busy it is.
Terrible.
So how many salons in New York area are Green Circle Salons, Amy?
That's a great
question. What's your targets?
You just put me right on the spot there, didn't you?
Okay, well
I can tell you in this area, there's I want to say between 25 and 30 that are in this area where New Jersey, Delaware, New York kind of area, Philadelphia kind of thing. Yeah.
That's cool.
Okay.
I think an important thing too is to let everybody know from the Davines community that Ion Studio is a Green Circle salon. I know Green Circle had a lot to do with the renovation in terms of making that the Davines flagship and the education facility too. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that for anyone that hasn't been to Ion before?
Oh, what a great space! What a great team! We had the opportunity during their renovations just to be able to chat with them about how they could implement Green Circle salons efficiently fit into the space. And then obviously once they launched, we were able to go in and train the entire team on all things green circle. And then what we've done, which has been really nice with them, is on a monthly basis, we've been communicating the excess color by product back to them that they've been sending to us. And they use that as like a target to continue to reduce the amount that's obviously coming out of the salon, which is huge. It's revenue, but it's also waste. So that's
sign me up.
Yeah, right. That's been a great thing.
So what do they transport or send to you? Like what do they put the color in?
Oh, so we provide them with a kit that has very special liners so that the material doesn't eat through the bag. And then, so we're taking that from them. Basically, once the bin is full for the color by product, you just tie it in a knot and it slides into a Ziploc bag. But we're taking all of their hair, all of their contaminated foils and color tubes and aerosol cans and mousse cans as well. And they're contaminated plastics because some things can't be recycled locally without being rinsed out and stuff. So we're taking that stuff as well. You know, your vinyl gloves. And then obviously all of their broken salon tools, their batteries, light bulbs, printer cartridges, mannequin heads. And if a salon has local opportunity for plastic recycling, we love for them to continue to do it that way. And then we just take those really hard to recycle things like the hair and the metals, those things that are typically thrown away.
Yeah, and I think a good point onto what Amy's saying is that we're lucky where we are in northern New Jersey. We have a really high-end recycler that's there that does our hauling. But one interesting thing that I never knew before was that every time you throw out a glass jar that has something remaining inside that jar, so the spaghetti sauce, the whatever it is that has some type of residue that's at the bottom, and you figure like, hey, it's empty, and you throw it out, that actually can contaminate the entire recycling process for what they bring in. So if they batch that into however many metric tons or whatever it is, that one, I'll only name good spaghetti sauces. I don't want to ruin anybody, but that really can contaminate the whole batch. So, even if you're able to recycle your foils and things like that, you should really check with your hauling companies to make sure that they'll take them with color residue and things on them, or they may need to be washed out. But the easiest thing really is to just sign up with Green Circle and have them do it. And, that's why her hair is so curly, because she works so hard. The humidity and the International Beauty Show, it's just
curling. Yeah, but you make a great point about you know, we love to hear if people can do things locally. We certainly want you to continue to do that and support the community that way. But oftentimes when it comes to contamination, it may or may not be being recycled even if you're putting it in the bin, you know, or you're rinsing it, which means that cooler byproduct is getting rinsed down the drain, versus working with a company like ours who calls that material contaminated and works with various vendors.
Awesome.
Well, I think an important part that you had mentioned earlier before, and just to make that clear for people, is that, you know, it's not about, you know, having doing your salon and you know, getting Green Circle part of it afterwards. You know, you can really actually you know, work with Green Circle salons when you're initially developing the plan for your salon and you're building your salon, so that way you can build it eco-friendly and have an eco design from the start.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we have a lot of salons that reach out to us if they're just starting and they have their business plan and they want to add Green Circle to that. What will it look like? And here's my square footage, and here's my space, and how can we make that work in my tiny space or in my ginormous space, you know? And we love being part of that with salons, because launching with a salon that way it's a wonderful opportunity for them as a point of difference right away, you know?
That's great. Yeah, and I think that's it also helps too with you're getting your appliances and those kind of things, where you're just even just what the bin requirements are. A lot of people you know, underestimate how big of an area you need to hold your recycling, depending on the schedule in your area. You know, how often you can. So making it custom that way is a really good idea and a massive advantage for a salon that's just developing.
Absolutely. Yeah. And for a lot of our salons that are outside of the handpick region with that hair mail, it's understanding what they need to be able to fill the box and the space for that shipping box to be able to, you know, one at a time have UPS come in, pick it up, and bring it back to us at the warehouse. So it's a great conversation to be able to understand fully how to implement that in the salon.
So it should be part of your business plan.
For sure.
You know, when we get into our next call, we're going to go to our 2-week schedule soon. So I think we're going to try a Monday, right, Kurtis? On the 21st, I think. Is that our date?
I believe so, yeah.
So when we get to that, there's a lot of strategy behind that call. I don't know if anyone has seen, there's a new release coming from Davinus. We've seen hashtag Davinus2. That'll be out a couple days before our call, so we can't tell you any of the top secret information, but we'll be able to talk about it on the next show. And that'll sort of be a precursor to Sustainable Beauty Month. So if you haven't been part of Sustainable Beauty Day, that went to Sustainable Beauty Week, and now it's Sustainable Beauty Month, it's a great time to get your clients actively involved in your green features. And it's probably a great time for you guys to sign up for Green Circle salons, because even if you're not able to hold an event outdoors like we do something that's a little bit outside for this first year, the easiest thing to do is to sign up. How long does the registration take?
5 minutes.
She told me 4 minutes before the show.
It was 4, now it's 5.
No, but
it just depends on how long your salon needs.
That's it. We have a really long salon. There was a joke in there for Dr. Chocolate Small Hands and Long Salon names. But reality of it is, for the 5 minutes to register with Green Circle, I feel like even if that was the only thing you were able to do for this year's Sustainable Beauty, it's a great step forward. It's a great building block, and hopefully we're going to be able to work hands-on with some salons one-on-one for the movement to start you from this April 1st all the way through to next year for your Sustainable Beauty Month. Because believe it or not, for our event that we do, it's taken us, what do you think, Angela? This is our 5th year, Angela?
Yes.
5. So
5.
It's our 5th year of doing a Sustainable Beauty event at our salon, and it's taken us all this time to kind of figure out the nuts and bolts, I think. We've gotten better at it every year, but it's definitely the easiest thing you can do in 5 minutes. Sign up for Green Circle, do it today. It's just an easy process, and it's something that you can talk about with your clients, which is, you know, speaks in volumes.
And literally overnight, you can see the difference in your waste. I mean, it's just an overnight transition from having like 10, 15 trash bags go out a day to recycling that and having maybe 1 bag a week in some cases. So it's exciting. It's exciting to see it grow in a salon and see a team back it, and then the community and their clients back it. It's really exciting.
So all of our listeners out there, if you're looking for the links and how to get together with Green Circle Salons, I've put the link in our live chat here. But you can also go to the salonmovement.com and under /sustainable partners, because Green Circle is one of our official sustainable partners, and the links you can click through there to get to Green Circle Salons to be able to connect with Amy if you're in the New York region, or Will if you're out here in the West, and I'm not even sure all the other people that you have all over the world, but it's growing like crazy.
It is. We're excited. We couldn't be more excited about the opportunity to change the industry.
That's great.
Oh, that is great. This all plays back into our theme today of tools of the trade. Obviously, quality equipment and things that you do, education, educating your clients. Chantelle at the front desk superstar. Hopefully, that's something we can get into next week. Can't wait to hear what you're learning over there. But these are all important facets of your salon and keeping your salon sustainable, and keeping your salon open, and really moving things forward for you. So keep all those things in mind. I mean, these are just as important as using a high quality shear, using a high quality blow dryer. Your recycling and things that you do, use it as a great marketing tool to keep your clients engaged. Your clients all recycle at home, whether you're a true green salon or not. It's just something that you should do. It's almost stupid to not do it at this point. But use it to your advantage. I mean, it's great to put your recycling somewhere they can see it. Green Circle does these awesome PVC, recycled PVC boxes and things that have the logos and things on them. So if they're out in view, clients are just going to be engaged by it. Sometimes it's that little extra that they know that you do, besides that you do an awesome haircut, besides that you carry an awesome product line, the dabbiness that they know that you're actually working towards not just the health of the hair, but the health of the planet. And it's cool. It's awesome to do.
You said it all.
That's a really good point, James, and especially when you're looking at tools of the trade. Don't forget that, yes, your of course, your shears, your blow dryers, your flat irons, that's all really important. But we have to also look at the tools that are in place, like your even software tools, marketing tools, resources like Green Circle Salons. You're right, James, they are a really great marketing tool and a great marketing resource. And if you're wondering how you can start marketing your salon as sustainable and connecting with your clients, go to Green Circle Salons and ask them, rather than just doing the recycling itself.
Absolutely. James and I think initially our relationship kind of started just talking about what can we do in the salon? What can happen in the salon? Here's what we are doing. I want to pick your brain. And that was just beginning that conversation. It brings a whole other side to the salon, a whole other dynamic to the salon. We see a lot of salons shifting from, well, there's nothing really super special about my salon, but now I'm really thinking I want to make this shift and I want to do these different things, and just opening up the possibility for conversation. The possibilities are endless for salons.
Awesome.
How many?
Yeah, I was going to ask.
How many what?
What's that?
How about we hear from you, Chantelle? What do you think?
About Green Circle, or? Yeah, no, I think you're exactly right. It opens up conversation, right? And especially aligned with a brand like Dabbiness. The conversation behind the chair becomes, about this amazing brand doing amazing things, inspiring amazing people all over the world to do great things for the planet and the environment and people. And then it opens up conversation about other things, with my clients. What are you doing in the community? And it leads a whole nother conversation. Unlike a lot of salons that are too busy, hairdressers talking about themselves or talking about what they did last night or their boyfriend troubles. Oddly enough, I had 4 clients this week remind me. A couple of them were senior, and they said, Chantelle, I just love coming in here. The energy's amazing, and I just love that you're not putting all negative energy on me. I've had lots of hairdressers in the past that do that, and I leave feeling heavy. And I just want you to know, how amazing it is here. And it was, 4 people, and I know people compliment us all the time, but it was just so heartwarming. And it's just, that's what it should be about. We're really welcoming people into our space. Welcome, come in, come enjoy this experience. It's not just a haircut. It's not just a color. Even for a color, they're spending up to 3 hours with you in the salon. that's a long time, you know. So right down to the coffee and the tea or a special drink to knowing that their hair gets sent to Vancouver to soak up West Coast oil spills. I mean, like all of these things and all of these elements contribute to the experience for our guests, and it's really important to maintain the fluidity between all of those things. They're all very key to each other, making the guests remember how they felt, not just how it worked.
Yeah, we're actually just talking about that on the way in, about just making your salon stand out and being part of Green Circle, not to make Green Circle a marketing thing for a salon, because it's, you know, you want to make it about being good to the planet, but it is a marketing thing because it makes you different than, you know, there's a shop around us. There's a shop on every street, maybe two sometimes. So where are you going to stand out? Where is it going to be different? You know, the vibe and the feeling in your salon. And like Chantelle was saying, people coming in, people say that to us all the time, the same thing. It's so different in here. It just doesn't feel like a salon. It doesn't smell like a salon. It's, you know, it's just so, I'm so relaxed when I'm here. And then you add that aspect to it, that you're doing this great thing and that you're conscious of everything eco-wise in your community and for the planet. It just makes you stand out just that much more. So salon owners really need to think about that.
And how many community members know that you can use hair to soak up oil? How many of your guests know
when they find that out? They love
it. They just love it. Oh my gosh, my salon is not only makes me beautiful, they're doing this amazing thing with this resource that's coming off of my head for the community, for our planet. Like it's a great talking point. It feels so good. And that's what that's the conversation that salons are having. And like you said, from start to finish, the experience that your guests have is so important. Like you said, the link of it all is so important, and the cohesiveness of it. And you guys are just doing a great job talking about that and bringing that to the forefront, because I think sometimes people just need to think about it a little bit more, just be reminded, like you're saying. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's it. You know, I feel like that's something, you talk about tools of the trade to keep the theme, but your salon experience, when people walk in, and one of the first things that Kurtis had mentioned to me before I think we even started the whole movement conversations.
Hey, Sally?
Yes. What is the place for change
So
the money?
Sorry.
They,
I don't know.
Somebody's asking her directions to the ladies' room while she's on
like,
camera.
Sorry, that's the second thing I got. I got where's the food and where's to change the money. I must look like I work here.
That's funny. But one of the first things that Kurtis and Chantelle and I talked about were getting rid of like the rag, you know, the crappy magazines. And so fashion magazines are one thing, but the nonsense magazines, the negative magazines and things like that. So the very next day I went out. If you guys don't have an Urban Outfitters local, not to plug Urban Outfitters, but unless they would have sent me free stuff. But urbanoutfitters.com has a bunch of really cool, like funky books on astrology and just randomly cool things about being awesome and everything. So I went out and spent like $200 on these great, crazy books, and some of them photography books and things. And I propped them up on this old suitcase in our waiting area, and I got rid of all the magazines. Funny story that somebody from Davines, I won't say who, is going to know, but we had done the hair of a friend of Davines, we'll say, on the corporate side. And the first thing she said is, where's the People magazine? Where's the trashy magazines? And I said, we don't do those here. You know, in the back color room, we have some of the yoga magazines and organic food magazines and things. But in the front waiting area, it's just these really funky, cool things. And she was disappointed that we didn't have, like, the trash. And I laughed. But I will tell you this. She works for another beauty line, and it's not Davines. And she gets her hair done by Davines Hair Color. Just saying.
Very nice. Yeah, we're just talking about that inside actually with Tanya, and she said at a salon that she was at before, they called it, that wasn't the waiting area, they called it the Inspiration Lounge. She said, follow me, I'm just going to see you in our Inspiration Lounge, and your house will be with you shortly. And in this Inspiration Lounge was, you know, maybe springtime, maybe, you know, you've got a focus on red color or something, you've got a red cranberry water, you've got some imagery, some red magazines or books, and, you know, it is a negative thing to say the waiting area, because then people are sitting there waiting, you know, no, they're taking their time, no, you're sitting there and getting inspired and getting prepared for this great experience, you know, welcome to your little vacation here at the salon for the next couple hours, have a seat, enjoy, let's get started, you know.
That's how I feel when I go to the salon. It's like my little break from reality. I just kind of step into this other place and then hope my husband's going to take me on a date after because I'm never going to get my hair done.
Yeah. Well, I love chatting with you guys. I should head back in there just because I think we're going to get started on some workshops and stuff like that. But it was great to see everybody's smiling faces and have a great rest of the chat with Sally. I think it's going to be fantastic. Can't
Awesome.
wait to watch it later.
I hope you get so much information from what you're learning at the front desk side, but we'll talk about it next week.
Yeah, I'll fill you in next week.
Thanks, Chantelle.
Bye.
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 Yeah. So, yeah, that's great. I can't wait to hear a little bit more about the front desk because that's also another definitely another tool of the trade. When it comes to utilizing it properly, and you can we'll talk a little bit more about that. But so how about the show itself? How many vendors do you think that's going to be there at the IBS?
It's got to be 500 easy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe more.
It's massive. It is
Yeah,
massive.
I wanted to film up there in that area, but it was way too loud, so you wouldn't be able to hear anything. So maybe we'll record a little bit of stuff so we can have some footage for one of our calls. But we have some still shots, but it's way too loud up there. I can't hear anything.
It's crowded too. It's very shoulder to shoulder in there. It's busy.
Yeah.
Cool. There must be a lot of hairstylists and hair salon owners, eh?
Good people watching. That's all I have to say.
Yes.
That's good. So, where's your booth, Amy? If you're going to orient people that are going to be watching the show.
We're in the row 1700, kind of towards the back a little bit. We're very close to the model prepping areas, which is nice. We're able to zip over and check on the bins and pull the materials as well. So we're close and convenient to the models and all that waste that we're taking.
Yeah, so if anybody that's watching is at the IBS show, make sure that you go check out the Green Circle booth.
Come say hi.
Definitely say hi. They need a little love. They're just watching all these models and picking up all this hair, and they're doing all this laborious work all day, so they can use a hello, that's for sure.
Although when we walk around with that bag of excess color, it is amazing the conversation that people are like, whoa, what is that? Even the artists, they're like, oh my gosh, is that what we were going to do? So, again, it's just fun. Fun picking up trash.
Well, that's what it's all about.
That's right.
So, James, are we having how many people do you think are going to, or do we have any more guests coming onto the show at all, or?
Well, we're trying to get Sally Rogerson. She was presenting today at the master's class from 10 to 12, and then doing a quick model overview, and then she'll be headed over to Davinis' headquarters over in New York City to do a photo shoot, which we're gonna head over to. We'll hopefully be able to get some video of that that we can share next week outside of lab. So we're hoping to catch her in between shuffling models. I did see a few of her models walk by as we're recording, so fingers crossed they were going to make every attempt to do a quick cameo and jump on with us to say hello. Always optimistic, but I know how hard it is, especially when she's shuffling. She actually did 3 different shows with 3 different types of models. One of the cool things about what Sally does, well, you know what, Angela, why don't you know a little more about Sally's education platform, so why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
I just went on to her site last night and just watched a few videos, and it's pretty amazing. I think as a salon owner, she is exactly what we were talking about last week, where there was that deficit for salon owners to help train their younger staff, that gap there where we need that support, and she's right there to give us that support. It seems to me like a lot of her, she calls it simplifying. So it's all about basic foundational hair cutting and helping your staff hone in on that. And that's what it's all about. If you can't give them that foundation, they can't grow from there. So as a salon owner, she speaks to me. She's talking right to me because I need that help with my younger staff. So I'm excited to hear see what she does and meet her, because I'd love to take her class. It's like, I think, according to what I read, it's a 3-day class. And then the fourth day is a teacher training. So you're able to take all that you learned in the 3 days and then try to transform that into, a teaching element for your salon, helping your staff. So that's what I'm looking for. So I'm excited to talk to her about it. I think it's a great thing. That's all we need is that kind of support for sure.
Yeah, that's exciting too. We had Kurtis and I had talked about updating some of the things on the Salon Movement website, so the salonmovement.com, about kind of incorporating not just our calls, but some of the Davines education classes. I know that Sally's going to be out in Pennsylvania for that 3-day class. I want to say somewhere in the beginning of April, so very soon. We want to be able to kind of merge those worlds so that there's a way for you to have access to a lot of different things that are happening, not just in North America, but as the movement kind of spreads internationally, which will be within the next few months. Kurtis, are you going to study French or Italian? I forget what we decided.
I think I'm going to do the French just because that's should be probably bilingual anyways, being in Canada. I've got a little, and you do the Italian. I think that's probably not closer to your.
We had talked about the expansion of the movement with Davines, so hopefully as the months kind of creep up, you'll start to see some other little pods pop up in the international market, which is cool. But we want to definitely encourage our English-speaking people that are international. We had a bunch of people sign up from all over South America and South Africa. And what was our farthest, Kurtis?
Yeah, there you have. It is really growing. There's been a lot of interest. We've got a lot more members actually that joined in. Maybe I should list off some of these. Maybe Amy might know a few of them, being salons and stuff like that. But we've got Allison from California at the Young American Salon, Leslie from Nanaimo out in at Mafio Salon, just north of us on Vancouver Island, Heidi from Equilibrium Salon out of Ontario, Newcastle, Ontario, Tessa from Cap Salon out of the Netherlands. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name of it. Andrew Taggart from Oshawa, Ontario, from Equilibrium. We've got Jezebel from Boone, North Carolina, and Haircut 101. Blair Eason from Salon Cy Bella out of Goldsboro. And we've got Karina out of Planet Fizur, or it's actually might even be pronounced a bit different, but that's out of Norway. But
wow.
Yeah, we've got Wendy from Atmosphere, and really cool salon, Nicole and Paul Zamora out of My Hair Trip Salon out of Denver. They've got a really cool website, and you should check them out. They actually have a salon and art gallery, fully functional both. And they've got some cool, they're using some cool things on their online store. They're actually, you can purchase credits to give donations and stuff like that to the New Horizons House International. So it's pretty cool. Florence from Piku Salon out of Cali, and Nicolette out of Gallipot, Colorado. Nicole from Mint Salon, which is an exclusive Davines salon. Then we got Sarah Thornton out of Posa Salon, and Lucia Stockmaster out of Coolitzin Salon, and that's exclusive. And one more, Tracy Moy out of Hair Salt Salon, and I'm not sure where that's from. But so yeah, lots of people joining the movement, and we love to feature them. Yeah. We'd like to feature them on the show, and if any of them are listening to this at a later date, please feel free to drop us another line, and we'll utilize all of our tools like social media for some of the promotion and help salons out. Because one major thing for salons is the Google reviews and Yelp reviews. That all really helps us out a lot. So make sure that anybody out there that's not a hairstylist or salon owner, review your salon. It makes a big difference for us. But
that's awesome. Sorry, I had to step out for a second. That was Sally Rogerson's people. She's running a couple minutes late, but it's to be expected. So hopefully she's able to join us. So education, I guess, is something that's important to talk about as one of the tools of the trade too. I know Angela had mentioned looking at Sally's site. We'll make sure we have Sally's class schedule and things up. But that's one of the things that bringing in Green Circle, bringing in the shears, bringing in all these things that are kind of enveloping like the full circle of the salon industry. It's really important. It's really important to kind of be all-encompassing in terms of what your client experience is, down to the tools that you use, down to how you recycle, down to how you educate your staff. So I think it's, these are really great topics that we'll be able to break out as we start to move forward with the movement. So it's really important to kind of keep aware of all the different aspects of there.
Yeah, education is massive. So Amy, with Green Circle Salons, you guys do education as well, mainly around, just educating the salons initially, just kind of getting a review of, which to throw into which bin and your schedule and stuff like that. But as far as I know, there is a little bit some more advanced training too with regards to how to communicate Green Circle Salons to your clients. And maybe if you want to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. As far as, when a salon comes on board with us, it's crucial that we have that training with them. We give them an orientation. We talk to them not only about how to recycle the material, but what happens to it when we get it. And then on top of that, how to talk to the guest about that, how to talk to them and have a meaningful conversation about it. The other part of what we do is if the salon decides to have that additional revenue generated and reinvest back in their business, we want to help support them with that research as well. What is it that they want to do to make sustainable changes in the salon, and how can we help support them that way?
You're a professional. You're on every week. Sit down here. Sit down here, be safe.
Hi. Hi, everyone.
Yes.
Hey, how's it going?
Hold on.
Hi, this is Sally Rogerson. I'm just sat down. I'm just joining in. How are you doing, Amy?
I'm great. How are you?
Okay, doing good. Live from IBS New York. Right?
Yes, here we are. How did everything go?
It went really good. We just had a classroom this morning. That was really fabulous, and then we did a quick 15-minute main stage thing, and that was really great. We really kind of met a lot of people.
And received well, I'm sure.
I hope so. Yeah, it went fast and furious.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I feel like I've been slapped around the face, and that's it.
I am going to pass you off to James simply because he's the master.
Okay. Hi, James.
Hi, Sally.
How we doing?
I'm doing good. Sorry I had to throw Amy under the bus. We love Amy. She's been on every call so far. You guys did a great job. In the midst of our beta live calls, obviously we had one phone go dead at the show, which we thought we were fully charged.
Oh my God.
We as a salon and as a movement are super excited to be able to jump onto Sally's photo shoot over at Davinus headquarters at the Penthouse. Hopefully the weather's warmed up a little bit. Last time Kurtis and I were out there together, we recorded the video for the movement in October.
Oh, nice.
And there was so much construction that it was, how long was the video, Kurtis?
Oh, like filming it? We must have took like 5 hours, and we had to keep repeating ourselves over and over because we would get through our talk a little bit about it, and then all of a sudden a huge hammer strike or like a siren goes off or something. So we had to keep repeating it. It was difficult to say the least.
I've been through it.
So listen, as we wrap the show, because I know Sally has to go too. I know we talk about a product on every show that we have so far, but you Americans, I don't know, do you guys have this in Canada? Do you see this?
It's quite a big deal. Everyone's very jealous that we have it.
So, we don't have this. Sorry. This is so more inside. We talked about a few things last week. We had Anissa on that talked about this is a shine wax. The rumors obviously about the shimmering mist and about the dry texturizing spray have been circulating for well over a year. We were really lucky when Kurtis and Chantelle came in October. We filmed a video shoot at our salon, so we got to partake in the shimmering mist firsthand. But this is the first time I'm seeing this. Is it a little guy or a little girl?
Nice.
Sally, why don't you tell us a little bit? I know you had used that in your show.
Oh, man, we used it this morning. And, I'm notorious for not necessarily using it the exact correct way I'm supposed to. But I think that's cool, isn't it? When you're a stylist, I think you've got to get your hands in and you've got to experiment with the product. So I used this a lot on my men's presentation, and it just gave it such an amazing texture and movement. And also, you know, I just really liked it because it was kind of really dry. And for me on men's hair, I like that more kind of dry effect. I don't like super shiny hair on guys, you know? So it works really good for that. But then I got really into it and I started using it on my longer women's haircuts as well. And it just gave it this like really cool super texture. So I used it on dry hair today. And yeah, I just loved it. And everyone's like trying to steal it off me. I've got 2 bottles. But there's like, you know, these people like trying to get in my room and stealing it, and it's a big deal. It's a big deal.
Is one of those people James from the movement?
Well, he's now.
No, I handed it to Fletcher has it now.
But yeah,
so Sally, what's your schedule here in New York while you're out there?
Very early this morning. So we've been prepping in a salon called Elite in New Jersey for the last 2 days, and then we came in this morning. We had a 10 o'clock look and learn presentation. That was like 2 hours. Just been on the main stage. I'm heading over to Davines HQ. They've very kindly let me use it for a photo shoot that I'm doing because, you know, the penthouse and the light, I didn't know about the construction.
It's all done now.
No, it's good. You're good now.
The light's really great there. And last time I was in there, I was like, we should do a shoot here. It's fantastic, you know. So we're gonna go and shoot all. We're gonna shoot all afternoon.
Do it. You can come.
And then tomorrow morning we have a 10 o'clock workshop. So we're actually cutting hair with people here at the New York IBS show. Maxine is here, Mad Max, and she's been doing a lot of color work behind the scenes with SR Education. So I really appreciate all her help. She's been really doing an amazing job. But yeah, that's it. And then I'm doing a big event, a free look and learn demo event on Monday night at Ion. Myself, Joseph, and the Ion team are going to present as well. We'll just, you know, we're doing 2 hours of cutting hair. It's just a fun event. Just want to cut hair together and.
Yeah, that's great.
It's nice, isn't it? I thought, while I'm here, might as well do it.
Yeah, well, that's great.
We're really lucky as part of the movement because, you know, Joseph DiMaggio and his crew have been really nice to us. We had Dax Anderson on a couple weeks ago on the show. Leo and Marco at Ion couldn't be more gracious.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have them on, and hopefully we're going to record live from Ion at the beginning of June sometime when our friends from Design House come to the East Coast.
You should come tomorrow night. What are you doing tomorrow night? You should come and
just get on the red eye.
Well, yeah, Sally, I'm in Victoria and Vancouver Island, so it would be a little bit of a yeah.
I go there a lot.
Yeah.
Do you believe it?
I do believe it, and we know that. Chantelle's been at some of your classes, and I'd like to say that we are really excited when we heard that you were going to be part of, you know, doing some education for Davines, because we really do appreciate your education. And even though I'm not a hairstylist, I'm one of the co-owner with my wife. I do the marketing promotions for the salon, but I do happen to watch some of your videos, so you know. I am following it. I really do like your style. I like the way that you do the way you present. You're very confident, authentic, and I really like the style. Like the videos themselves are filmed really well, so that it's kind of timeless. And yeah, it's really fashion forward. So
I really appreciate that. You know, that was when I was lived with Sassoon for like 22 years. When I left, it was my dream to make this program. And we did Kickstarter to start it off. If you ever want to give yourself a heart attack, do a Kickstarter campaign, right? Have you ever done one?
No, we might now, but
yeah. Well, I kind of raised about 70,000, and you know, the videos were about 350,000. But luckily, my husband is a producer, so he pulled all of his crew in, and they used to film in like car commercials. So every 2 minutes, as soon as there was like one hair on the face, they were like, everyone stop, let's clean the hair off. And I was like, this is
really
going on for like 2 weeks. So we had to like reassess what we were doing. And they were amazing crew. Like I could never have done it without that because they are such like high quality production level, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you can tell.
But yeah, it was like 2 straight weeks of doing that. It was such a learning experience for me, you know, and then we edited it. But it was good. I learned a lot.
That's great. Yeah, you can tell that you definitely put a lot of effort and energy into that, and it's one of the highest level online resources and tools, because we're talking about tools for education for the salon and all the stylists within it. And what I also like about it is that it also holds your attention throughout the process really well. I noticed that, for Chantelle, she has a hard time, always just like sticking with an education and watching it from start to finish. But I noticed that she's, really like engaged, taking lots of notes, through the process and while she watches the videos.
That's really lovely to know. Thank you. It was just a dream in my head for quite a long time. You know what I mean?
Well, do you have any more dreams in your head that you want to release on the show, or what?
No idea. If I had all the money in the world, the stuff I would be doing, do you know what I mean? I've got like a whole list. We are coming out with a virtual online, like a virtual classroom. So all of the DVD stuff will be online, but it'll also be, you'll have like little tests afterwards and lessons. So if you want to like do like class, you know what I mean? Obviously, that's how I wanted to do it in the first place, but I just didn't have the resources, for it to work properly. So we've been working towards that. That's the new thing that's coming out. So that'll be a big thing. I'm trying to open a school, a cosmetology school in Seattle, just in my spare time. Right?
Whatever free hours you have.
If I've got a spare Thursday afternoon or something. That's like next year. I'm also going to put on a big show. I'm just going to get all my mates to come down, do a hair show, probably in Seattle, in a theater, and just have a fun day.
I love it. Hopefully, Sally.
Would you come?
Absolutely, and hopefully Sally will give us a little bit of a lead in as some of these great advancements come out, especially with the schooling, especially with the testing of your younger staff as they go through the schooling, which I think is super important. Hopefully she'll give the movement some insider information so we can release it to you guys.
That would be so great.
But we're super stoked that we had you on the show today. I can't wait to see your photo shoot later, and I'll get some behind-the-scenes photos for you guys for next week. We're also going to have Sally's website and calendar up on the salonmovement.com. And as she has some of these classes and things throughout the Dabbers community, we hope you guys will join us. She's super cool. Her staff is just as cool. We've been texting like feverishly over the last few days about getting her on for this 10 minutes. But we're so happy to have you.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It was fun talking.
Thank you. Everybody, we'll see you on the 21st. It'll be a Monday call, our first one. Hopefully we'll be able to release that hashtag Dabbing Soon information, which you guys are going to be so excited about. We know a little bit about it. We're really stoked to be able to release it to you. Kurtis, you got any final thoughts?
Well, I just want to say, as you know, Sally, Seattle's very close to Victoria, so I think we're going to be seeing a lot of each other.
I'm coming to Victoria as well to do a class soon. And just doing the dates.
And I have the dry texturizing spray
forgot about that.
for your beard. I heard that it works really well in big beards. It'll really just enhance you.
It'll be great.
But I want to thank everybody.
Sally doesn't like shiny on men.
Right.
So.
No, it's dull. It's dull. Dark.
Yeah. But we want to thank everybody for being on the call today. Kurtis, my brother, good to see you as always. You guys can catch us at any of the replays you catch at the salonmovement.com. Some of the resources will be up. Sally's education classes will be listed up on our calendar this week. And love you guys, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Cheers.
Yeah.